السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسوله النبي الكريم، أما بعد. فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله لا يغير ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. صدق الله العلي العظيم. وقال النبي صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم: المسلم من سلم المسلمون من لسانه ويده، or كما قال عليه الصلاة والتسليم. Inshallah, we're going to continue our series on how to enjoy your life and still remaining a believer and being a proper believer and a Muslim. One of the things as Muslims that we need to work on is always working and making an effort to improve ourselves. There are certain people that when you meet them, if you met them 10 years ago, the way they are today is the same as they were 10 years ago. They didn't change at all. And if you're a young adult, then maybe like 10, 15 years ago you were 15, now you're 25. How your friends were when they were 15, how they were at 25 is completely different. Who we grew up with, since the time we were born, and how we act now is completely different. Why? Because everyone went through their own society, their own environment. They went through their own upbringing. Even though they were your friends, you could chill with them. They were your boys, they were your girls, you were together. The sisters were always together. You grew up together. Always meeting at the masjid, meeting at parties, meeting at different places, going for a cup of coffee. But you can notice a huge difference in how a person acted when they were 15 and how they acted when they were 25. How they became more mature. And unfortunately, in this day and age, in this era, we become mature a lot later. That's a whole topic on its own, that how 18, 19-year-olds should become mature adults, but unfortunately it takes us to like 22, 23, or somewhat getting closer to maturity. But the reason why everyone is different is because we all went through our own upbringing. How you were when you were 15 should be different than how you are when you were 25. How you are at 25 should be different than when you reach 35. How you are at 35 should be different when you reach 45. At different ages you had changes in your life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made human beings such that we are constantly and can constantly improve ourselves. We have to constantly make an effort to improve ourselves and change the people that we are. How we interact with others shows how your akhlaq and your manners are. A person goes through depression, anxiety, or suffers, and they're just feeling that pain of grief and sorrow, is generally because of how other people react with them. So if we want people to treat us with goodness and kindness, and being good to us, not putting us down, putting us up, then we need to give them the same reaction we expect from them. So because generally people are the cause of depression, what people are going to say, what people are saying right now, that's what's bothering me. It's getting to my head. So we have to address people the way we want to be addressed. We deal with people the way we want to be dealt with. So the way we interact with others, if we speak to them with harshness and rudeness and cruel, then obviously they're going to be harsh with us, cruel with us, rude with us. Right? Looking for that opportunity to say something about us. So we have to treat others with the way we want to be treated. We are constantly complaining how people treat us, how the media portrays Muslims. But what have we as Muslims done to improve ourselves? So if someone is saying something about us, they're giving us a reaction because of how we have treated them. What have we done to fix that? What have we done to improve ourselves, to make ourselves better? The Sahaba radiyallahu ta'ala anhum ajma'in were such. وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهُ أَشِدَّاءُ عَلَى الْكُفَّارِ رُحَمَاءُ بَيْنَهُم. When it came to, see, as human beings, we get angry at times. And we express love at times. But the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the anger should be for the sake of Allah, the love should be for the sake of Allah. When we have made everything based off of the fact that everything is for the sake of Allah, my anger is for the sake of Allah, my happiness is for the sake of Allah, my love is for the sake of Allah, then everyone will go and everything will go in accordance to what is for the sake of Allah. We won't be affected because everything is for Allah at the end of the day. So the Sahaba radiallahu ajma'in, they were strict and expressed anger at a time that they were supposed to be strict, at a time that they were supposed to be angry. But ruhama'u baynahum. But they showed mercy to each other. Always being merciful towards the Muslims. Always being merciful towards the Muslims. So we have to be good to each other in order for others to be good to us. So we have to deal with people. We have to constantly improve ourselves. You know that whenever something goes wrong, the first person we're supposed to blame is ourselves. The first person we look at when we wake up in the morning in the mirror is us. Whose fault is it? It's mine. Whatever happens. Rather it's because I said something harsh, rather I was rude, whatever it may be, but it's my fault first. Okay? I'm not saying be hard on yourself, put your down, but acknowledge the fact whose fault it is, and now let me try to improve it. Maybe this happened because of how I spoke. Maybe this happened because of how I dealt with others. Or it could be this is how Allah is punishing me for another sin of mine. So Allah is giving me an opportunity to get rid of my sins. Sometimes we try to justify, we say it's not our fault. Why is nothing going my way? Right? I've been doing everything right. I've been doing everything perfect. Why is nothing going my way? So, if you think you're perfect, there's nothing wrong with you, then that is the first mistake. Because as human beings, we are constantly working to improve ourselves. We are constantly working to make ourselves better human beings. So the first point is we need to make an effort to realize that we can improve on a daily basis. And there isn't a day that comes that we can improve. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala, he says, if I'm not better today than I was yesterday, then today was a waste. Today was not beneficial at all. It wasn't beneficial at all. I'm not better than I was yesterday. If I haven't done more good today than yesterday, then today was a waste. If I have not improved on my akhlaq and my manners today, then today was a waste. You see, we are human. We are such that we are affected by the comments and the statements of others. We have to learn to push everything aside, concentrate on everything for the sake of Allah, and know that Allah is there to help us improve ourselves. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Allah will not change a nation as long as they don't change themselves. So if you're just sitting there, I got nothing to worry about, everything's gravy, everything is good, I'm the perfect, I'm doing everything right, business is good, family is good, my life is good, I have nothing to improve, that Allah won't make changes in their lives. So as human beings, we are constantly working towards a change for betterment. We are constantly improving ourselves and trying to make ourselves better. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Al-Muslimu man salim al-Muslimuna min lisani wa yadihi. A true Muslim is a Muslim that other Muslims are safe from his tongue and his hands. That Muslim, a true Muslim, is one who does not harm others, does not curse at others, does not hit others, does not try to harm others. When you find a fault in another Muslim brother, you think about, hey, I have my own faults too. So the way I want others to react to my mistakes is the same way I should react to others. I simply do a test of yourself. If you drop a cup of water, and all the water gets on the floor, the carpet gets wet, the mat gets wet, and you're already internally upset, oh man, what did I do? You feel embarrassed, you feel like you made a mistake, you feel some kind of remorse and regret, because you dropped the water. But the neighbor, your brother right next to you, your sister next to you, your dad next to you, your mom yells at you. What's wrong with you? Take care of yourself. Why are you so clumsy for? Right? But when the mother drops the cup of water, or the father drops the cup of water, when the older brother drops the cup of water, it's not a big deal. Right? And if you were to react, they might even get angry. So to react to others and yelling at them, you clumsy, you're this, you're that, it's okay for us. But for that reaction to take place with us, it bothers us. Why are you yelling at me? It's okay, it was part of life. So we choose when we want to we react with others the way we don't want to be reacted with. So we have to make a strong effort to keep two things in mind. Number one, we are constantly making an effort to improve ourselves. There's not a day that goes by that we aren't trying to make an effort to improve ourselves. Number two is we have to make the changes within ourselves first. And I remember one of the first lectures that I gave, he said he wanted to change the whole world. So he made a solid effort to change the whole world. And he realized he couldn't change the whole world, so he said, you know what, I'm going to try to change my entire country. When he realized he couldn't change the entire country, he said that I'm going to try to change my entire city. When he realized he couldn't change the entire city, he said, I'm going to make an effort to change my family. When he realized he couldn't change his family, he realized that if he had changed himself first, by him changing, his family members would have changed. By his family members changing, the city would have changed. By the city changing, then this country would have changed. And by the country changing, the whole world would change. The first person we have to fix is ourselves. We're not looking for others to fulfill our rights. We're looking to make sure we are fulfilling the rights of others. So as human beings, we are constantly making an effort to improve ourselves, to make ourselves better human beings so that we can have an effect on society and improve the community and the feeling around it. When you work on yourself, you concentrate on yourself, when you improve yourself, you're kind to others, you react nicely to others, then people will react nicely to you and react kindly to you. And that will help solve and remove anything that you ill feeling you have towards anyone, any anxiety you have, any depression you have, all of those feelings will be removed. Is because you are making a better effort to improve yourself. So when somebody says something to you, you say, yes, perhaps I have this mistake in me. Perhaps it's something that I need to fix in myself. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us good human beings and make us true believers and make us true Muslims. And in this blessed month of Ramadan, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us all and give us the strength and the tawfiq and the divine ability to rectify and to fix our akhlaq and our manners and make us better human beings, and give us the strength and the tawfiq to do as much ibadah as we can in the month of Ramadan, and make us amongst those people who establish a connection with the Quran. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.